What is happening, guys? My name is Jamie. Today we are reviewing Fate's Warning's brand new album that they just released through Metal Blade Records. It is Long Day and Good Night. Now, what can I say about Fate's Warning? As you know, Fate's Warning are the pioneers of progressive metal. The Theories of Flight album that I actually did a review yesterday was absolutely fantastic. It was mind-blowing. And I just love the overall intricate guitar melodies, the amazing odd time signatures. That album was a pretty heavy fucking album. But of course, after my review, you damn well knew I'd check some more other fucking albums by Fate's Warning. And yeah, I was absolutely blown away. I'll be providing more album reviews for Fate's Warning. This album, their brand new album, Long Day Good Night, is an absolute banger. And it's an album of the year contender. In my opinion, this album will instantly be in my top 5 albums of the year, because I just love progressive metal, and especially this kind of progressive metal. With 13 tracks going around an hour and 12 minutes, this was a very long Fate's Warning album. Now let's talk about the production on this album. Production on this album is actually pretty good. I do love the tone of the snare, love the reverby tones of the guitar by Jim Mathios, and I just really love how prominent the bass is within the mix. The mixing on this album is pretty good. The instrumentals are well balanced and flourished with flavor. So with 13 songs, were there any fillers on this album? Every single song was warranted on this album, in my opinion. Surely there are quick songs, surely there are long songs. It just feels like a jigsaw puzzle, this album. There doesn't need to be any fat trimmed off any songs. Now we are going back to the past, where I'm going to go track by track. We are changing up the review format for this review. It deserves to get a track-by-track review. So let's kick off with the first song, which is the Destination Onward. There's a really nice crescendo build-up throughout the intro, and I just love how Ray's vocals are so damn emotional throughout this song. There are some really gritty guitar riffs, the melody is quite infectious, and there is a very catchy chorus. Yeah, Ray's vocals are dynamic and range, and I just love the beautiful work by Bobby on the drums with the nice tight little cymbal accents that leads on to some really nice tight drum fills. And overall, this song is an absolute banger. Throughout the middle part of the song, you get a really nice emotional guitar solo by Jim Mathios, which just escalates the song into the next level. But yeah, this song has catchy riffs and it's got a fucking good melody. So then the album kicks into overdrive, where we got Shuttered World, Shuttered World. I just love the anthemic chorus. There are some really nice intricate guitar patterns. I just love how all these songs builds up to this massive guitar solo. Some really nice sweep picks that just escalates the song into the next level. I just love the chord progression throughout the chorus, and Ray's vocals are absolutely fantastic. He's got a really nice, rich and distinctive voice throughout the song. At times there are some atmospheric vibes. I love the bass melody and the guitar melody as well. Leads on to Alone We Walk. Now this is one of my favorite songs off the album, and I just love the ominous build-up of the guitar in the intro. First of all, the vocal performance on this particular song is fantastic, and it's a very atmospheric sort of song as well. It's a very atmospheric ethereal sounds. It's a really good build-up to the chorus, and again, it's quite a slow drawing song. This is one of the first songs that are quite slow drawing. And it's a slow drawing song that leads on to a very quick guitar solo. If you extended the guitar solo a little bit more, the song would have been fantastic. But I feel like the guitar solo was a little bit too quick. Overall, it's still a pretty banger of a song. Next up is Now Comes the Rain, which is an okay song in my opinion, not the best Fate's Warning song I've heard. It's a slow and melancholic song in my opinion. I don't think this song has any guitar solos on it, which is okay because it's just an overall build up towards what you're going to hear next, which is The Way Home. I just love the slow building intro. This song is absolutely fantastic. There's a really nice slow building intro with some really nice ambient guitar. What I love is how the bass complements Ray's vocals on the verses. Not only that, some really nice drum work, especially where he's playing with the hi-hats, creating these tiny little cymbal accents that just creates flourishing moments on this song. It's a really good song. There are some awesome anthemic moments. You get a really nice drawing guitar solo at the end that leads on to the final chorus. Now this was an awesome song to listen to. It's an uplifting song as well, but again, there's such a really slow build up to this. Finally the song gets heavy with some chunky, meaty guitar riffs. But yeah, a solid song. So the next song is Under the Sun, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love how this song feels quite epic. It feels quite epic and majestic, incorporating elements of orchestral moments such as the violin that leads on to some really nice acoustic guitar. I just love how Ray's vocals are so damn dynamic and raw on this. Not to mention he has some awesome falsetto that leads on to quite a catchy chorus. The chorus is quite catchy with some really nice guitar lead by Jim. And I just love the build up of the guitar solo with a few different changes along the way. Next up is Scars, and this song hits you right in the fucking face with some really hard-hitting, meaty guitar riffs, awesome guitar licks throughout the verses. This reminds me of a traditional heavy metal song in my opinion, because there is an awesome guitar solo that's very uplifting and quite anthemic, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Next up is Begin Again. Now this song is very interesting. This is one of the experimental songs by Fates Warning. I just love how they do experiment on this album. Yeah, vocals are great, but there's a southern twang on this song with some really in-depth bursting guitar riffs, and the guitar melody on this song is absolutely fucking fantastic. It really is. So yeah, it's one of the most experimental songs off the album. So what I love is how the bass is very prominent throughout this song, and the song itself has a catchy hook. There is a very nice build up to the guitar solo. I have to say that this is one of my least favorite songs just because of how different this song is. Again, it's got a southern metal twang to it, which I do enjoy. Like, I do love the guitar melody, but the chorus is a bit lackluster in my opinion. Next up is When Snow Falls, and this is a beautiful song. You could say this is a ballad by Fates Warning. It's a slower song with some really nice atmospheric guitar. But what is very interesting is they also experiment with them incorporating a pop beat, like a hip hop beat or something like that, especially in the introduction. The percussion transitions into real drums, and Ray's vocals again are quite strong, a lot of emotion conveyed. Next up is Liar, and this is a very hard-hitting song. You could say this is probably a filler. If you had to be really critical, you'd probably say this was a filler on this album, but no, Liar is a fantastic song. It's hard-hitting, vocals are fantastic, nice build up to the chorus, and there is a very nice uplifting guitar solo on this particular song, which just makes you feel so damn good inside listening to it. So next up is Glass Houses, which is another sort of generic song by Fates Warning, but it's good. It's a good song, man. When I say generic Fates Warning song, it's a good fucking song. And there's a really nice guitar groove on this song, not to mention a nice quick solo. But it's all a build up to the next song, which I'm going to talk about. And it's The Longest Shadow of the Day. This song is one of the best songs I've heard all year. This song is a crescendo. It's a crescendo that builds up to be quite epic. I just love how awesome the intro is, and it's just proggy goodness. To play with the drums, the bass is quite prominent, and Jim does whatever he does with the guitar that talks. I just love how they just all work together on this. And throughout the 3-minute mark, finally get some really heavy, meaty guitar riffs, and overall the instruments start to intensify, and the drums start to get a lot more in depth, and it starts to get much more intense. Overall, the snare on this particular song sounds like a fucking shotgun. It really does. But you finally get some calmness throughout the song. And then this song is another crescendo, which suddenly builds up to a lovely drawing guitar solo, then leads on to some really nice vocal melodies by Ray, and then kicks off with another ripping guitar solo to end off the song. So yeah, what an incredible song. Length of 11 minutes as well. It fucking packed a punch, it really did. Leads on to the last song. Last song is beautiful, it really is. It's a 3-minute concluder. And overall, Ray's vocals on this song are absolutely fantastic. I just love the acoustic vibe, the melancholy feel on this song. It's not heavy, it's just a beautiful fader to end off the album. So overall, Fates Warning, Long Day, Good Night is a pretty solid album in my opinion. But I gotta say at the moment, it's up there to be one of my favorites in my opinion, because this album does grow on you. It does grow on you. I heard this album a few times today, and I thought this album's fantastic. Album grows on you, the melodies grows on you, and overall there are intriguing melodies throughout this album. So yeah, you can see why I don't do much in-depth reviews, because basically it's a pretty long fucking review. So for this album, I will probably give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. Some really good songs and some at times lackluster moments on this album. The production is okay, but the production wasn't as great as Theories of Flight, but it's an 8.5 out of 10 it deserves. Overall, the length of the album is good, and yeah, this is one of my favorite albums of the year. Guys, comment below what you thought about this album review. Do agree or disagree with my opinion. Keep the discussion going in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.